watching Floyd over the years, okay, he appears to be. I'm gonna keep it 100. He doesn't. He's not exactly a scholar, right? But he appears to be. And like I don't consider myself a scholar, so this is not like some. I'm not trying to play that man or anything like that. But the thing about it is, he's very disciplined. We do know that, okay, and he whatever is put in front of him, he's smart enough to know what to deal with and to keep things simple, if that makes sense. So, for example, um, Floyd appears to be very disciplined. Okay, he, I don't think he's ever been in trouble. Uh, I take that back. I think it was a situation with a baby mother or something, a domestic violence dispute. But that was even later on, and who knows how true that was. Uh, but he's never really been in trouble, like drug problems, drug incidents, guns, and things like that. Like you never heard of anything like that with Floyd Mayweather. He's always been pretty disciplined and stuck to his craft, even with things like, I don't think he drinks to this day. I don't think he drinks. I don't think he smokes or anything like that, or ever has. Not to where you can consider it a threat or something that could play a negative part in his career. Okay, and so forth and so forth, guys. He's always seemed to be pretty dedicated to his craft and discipline. So with that said, I have to think it's the same way with women, based on the fact that even we don't even like, how many instances have you heard of Floyd Mayweather dealing with different women? He's clearly someone who could have easily, um, being arguably the greatest boxer of all time, so he has the clout, right? He has the name, the fame that people are looking for. He and Even at this point, and for a minute now, for at least the last maybe decade, he's been approaching a billionaire. So he definitely has had the funds and the money, right? So let's face it, there's a lot of women that Floyd Mayweather could have dealt with, okay? And with that said, you still don't really hear too much about him just dealing with women out here like that. I mean, you hear about, obviously the man gonna deal with somebody, you know what I mean, with some different women. He's gonna deal with someone, but as in comparison as to what he could, you know, uh, have been doing, and could be doing. Um, he's been a pretty solid, disciplined guy. So with that said, I say that to say this: I don't think his baby mother dying is a thing where it's just like, oh well, that's just some woman he was just dealing with, and had some casual sex with. I'm sure even women that he had casual sex with, he probably respected and cared for them to a certain degree. You know what I mean? I don't think Floyd was just out here knocking them down like that, like he could have been, if that makes sense. So it's probably someone he cared about and respected her, and things like that. At least at some point, to impregnate her. I'm not saying that everyone who impregnates a woman. I'm not saying they necessarily care for a woman and respect her, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think Floyd is reckless like that, where he's just, you know, anybody is susceptible to getting pregnant by him. So I'm sure that. So the point I'm making is, I'm sure that has taken a toll on him. Okay, I'm sure he cared about that woman, to some degree. Okay, um, then also, now you have the situation going on with his daughter. Okay, I believe he has like 4 kids. I don't know how many kids he has. I think it's like 4, maybe a little more than that by now. Um, Excuse me, I'm not big on celebrity life and thing. When I come across certain things, if I feel the need to check it out, I'll check it out. If I can make a bigger point other than just like, oh, celebrity gossip and getting into the business of celebrities just for the sake of entertainment. If I think it's something that could be shared, that could help everybody, if it's a bigger picture, okay, then I'll speak on it, as you notice when you see my videos, okay. Um, and that's how this video is going to be. But the thing is, guys, his daughter, Yaya, she's dealing with NBA YoungBoy, who is, for those of you guys who don't know, he's a rapper, a rapper now, and he's a typical rapper in the sense of especially nowadays, rappers are extremely young. They make sure they get them young and impressionable, um, and things like that. And so he's a real young guy who I'm sure is going to regret a lot in the next 10 years or so. I'm sure he's going to regret a lot that he's done in his past and that he's currently doing. But right now, he's just young. And, I'm sure he doesn't have a father. I'm sure he doesn't have a father that he really knows or respect, or who has worked with him and raised him like that. So it's just, we already know about how all that goes. So this is the product. Um, and he's now, with all that Floyd is going through, just even with his daughter dealing with him, um, and the type of person that he portrays to be. It's not about who he. I don't know that man's personal life. This is the stuff that he portrays on his own. Okay, dealing womanizing and things like that. Um, Drugs. Violence and things of that nature. You know, uh, just promoting it. Okay, and making it seem like it's the thing to do. Okay, we all look, we all like, I mean, if you a man, we all like to have fun with women and things like that, and love and enjoy the company of a woman. Okay, but like I said, and I've made my mistakes in the past. Okay, but it's about, like I said, even when you're dealing with them currently, even when you become more mature, it's a way that you can deal with a woman and just not completely disrespect her, if that makes sense. You can leave her some dignity. And with that said, um, you know, the way he playing Floyd's daughter right now is just, I feel bad for Floyd. He had her all on the Instagram live, and and just snatching her up out the bed, and she was kind of looking all this, discombobulated, or and this just all disorderly and things like that, and just kind of had her there like as a subject, not really speaking, disrespecting her father, calling him a B, all these different things like that. And this is a man who, clearly took care of his daughter his whole life, probably financially. Was he probably there to? This is why I talk about how money. I've done videos in the past about stuff like this, because for example, while I don't have like a decimal of the money that Floyd Mayweather has, I guarantee you, I'm a better father to my daughter than he has ever been. You see what I'm saying? So everything, but I'm not criticizing this man. Everything comes with a sacrifice, you know. And she's clearly probably been a little damaged. She's probably been a little removed from Floyd. I don't know if she's always been with Floyd, or if she's been with her mother, but she appears to have self-esteem problems. I don't know why a girl or a woman at this point who has a father who was that successful, who probably at least financially provided her with everything she needed and things like that, why you would make a choice to deal with somebody, you know, that's of that nature. So it appears to be some type of self-esteem issues there. Okay, but with that said, I'm sure it hurts Floyd, because I'm sure he does love his daughter. I'm sure he's been there for his daughter, done everything for his daughter, even to this situation where she stabbed. The reason why they're in the spotlight right now is because she's at his house, NBA YoungBoy's house. He had another woman that he was dealing with over there. She either, I think Floyd's daughter showed up and realized the other woman was there, stabbed her. To make a long story short, stabbed her or whatever. So she ended up going to jail and things like that. And I'm sure that it was probably Floyd who probably bailed her out. Floyd hasn't spoke on this situation as of yet. I don't believe. And the thing about it, he's probably just washing his hands with that. I think then on top of all that, he has a video where it's kind of 50-50 as far as how I want to feel about having a lot of sympathy for him, because it was a video where he was boasting about his money, okay, and at the same time he didn't appear to be able to pronounce the word epidemic, okay, and so people was trying to clown him for that and things like that. But now, so you have that on top of, what's going on with his daughter. He just lost his uncle. What's going on with his baby mom that he just lost and things like that. And now you got people making, memes and making a big deal about the fact that he didn't, at the time, he just couldn't, I don't know if he couldn't pronounce the word epidemic or he just couldn't think of it at the time. That happens, okay? Um, but the thing is, of course, people took it and ran. And so this man is going through a lot. Now, at the time, now the thing is, guys, we all, I don't care how rich, how famous you are, like I said, life has a way to show us that we all could just get, we can all get things handed to us at times, okay? Um, Now, while I'm sure he'll be fine ultimately because he has a lot to be thankful for, and that's what you have to do in times like that, guys, is you have to think about what you're thankful for. Like, you think about things that I've been through in the past that I've shared. Um, and one thing I can say, I still have my children. I don't have anyone that's trying to keep me from my children or anything like that. Um, so, while I didn't agree with a lot of, the things that went on and things like that, I try to look at uh, what I am grateful for about the situation, okay, and how it could have been worse, okay, and a lot of guys have been done way dirtier, you know what I'm saying, because things happen that would transpire with me, things happen, and you still got guys who the women try to take them to the bank, they can't see their kid, all kinds of stuff. So I mean, I got a lot to still be thankful for, okay, and that's the point with Floyd. Like, you still a little damn near a billionaire, okay, you still Floyd Mayweather. You just ran up on some, you ran up on, and we all got to go through it, okay. I'm sure you had some challenges when you were younger, and when he was younger and things like that, that he had to persevere through, and he did that, but it never stops, So you may have apparently it never stops. You may have a situation where, or a point in your life, or a block in your life, or a block of time where things appear to just be like, paradise and things like that. But based on, my evidence and what I can see in life, eventually, if you live long enough, you're gonna go through a certain amount of things, Um, so guys, I just want to pray for. I want us to keep him in mind, guys, and keep him in our prayers, because someone like Floyd Mayweather is real easy for us to hate, like to have hated. Like, it's a lot of people who hate Floyd Mayweather, who can't wait to see him lose, who couldn't wait to see him lose. And thing about it, I don't think, I think he did a lot of what he did as far as being cocky, arrogant, and things like that was just more so a part of his business, okay? I don't think that's really Floyd Mayweather. I really don't. I think that's part of his business and his promotion as a fighter, okay? And so keep that in mind, okay? For those, because there are people who's probably sitting back licking their chops, glad that he's going through a little something right now, um, who thought it was about time and stuff like that. So guys, for those of you who are not like that, man, because I don't think that's really Floyd, you know what I mean? So, guys, keep him in your prayers. Keep his daughter in your prayers, guys. And yeah, and it's a whole. I can keep going, but I don't like to have my videos too long. Um, so, as far as his daughter goes, that goes to show you guys. What can you do, man? What can you do? I'm sure his daughter was somewhat sheltered and things like that. I'm sure he tried to love his daughter as much as he could. I'm sure he got her everything she wanted and things like that. So that goes to show you guys, it's more so about the relationship and what you're teaching and saying to your daughters, or a woman or something, as she's developing, because they need to feel love, so they know, like, they know what the, and see, a lot of it is coming back to hunt him, because a lot of the stuff that he promoted, let's keep it 100. Floyd, did a lot of cursing and a lot of showboating, and a lot of stuff that these rappers are doing. So that's what his daughter was looking at when he was growing up. Even if he was doing it, showboating and for his business, and promotion, his daughter was watching that. And get now, look what she's attracted to. You see what I'm saying? But at least with Floyd, he was not a thug. You know what I'm saying?